Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good evening and welcome to Chickasha, Oklahoma, home of the Fighting Chicks, where your Leopardettes are set to square off this evening in a good old-fashioned game of softball. I am your host today, not Jake Rutledge, along with Tandra Hamilton. Tandra, you've been doing a little bit of scouting on this team. Any idea what we're up against? I'm not real familiar with them. We haven't seen them yet this year.
No, we have not, and they are a bigger school than we are. Obviously, I think they're 5A, maybe even 6A. They're up there in the big schools, but we're gonna expect a really good game. Chickasha, I think, just came off of a 1-run loss against Blanchard in a district championship game, so. We're going to see some good hard hitting, and we're going to see a hard throwing pitcher right here, too. So this is a really good matchup going into regional play.
Yeah, and we got our one-hole hitter there up, Reese Flood, up for the Leopardettes. And, even though this game doesn't count towards our, we know we're in the regionals, and nice little blooper over there to the second baseman. She's going to snag it up, quick, fast, easy out. But, it's kind of one of those games that we're just playing it to be playing it, I guess, to keep the rust.
Yeah, absolutely. We don't want to get too comfortable. We don't want to sit around and just get kind of complacent, I guess you could say. We want to keep playing. Good shot right there by McLean, but it's going to go foul.
It was just inches away from being inside and over.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely, and the wind is blowing a tad bit out today.
McLean, I'm assuming it looks like she's going to be playing catcher. Probably, honestly, one of the best catchers I would say definitely the best catcher in the district, maybe even the region.
Yeah, absolutely. And, back to Chickasha, they're not an easy team. They're not going to just lay down just because this is a last game regular season play. They're going to give us a run for our money, and we're still going to have to keep the foot on the pedal and keep going.
And we're going to be joined here by the one, the only, the living legend, Lee McGowan. Lee, have you had a chance to scout this Chickasha team? Are they in the districts?
They're not. I haven't looked at their schedule much at all. Haven't had a chance to. Things have been going fast and furious with our girls. That it's kind of tough, and
I think they finished runner-up to Blanchard.
I believe that's correct.
So,
Lane still battling up here at the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 1 out here in the top of the first against the Chickasha Fighting Chicks. And Lee, I was telling Robert before you got on, this is a good test for us. We need somebody that's going to push us right before regionals.
Absolutely.
We don't need, I guess you could say, an easy team. We don't need that. We definitely need this push right here.
No, absolutely. The thing with Chickasha, they're a 4A school, and
Big swing and the miss right there by McLean for strikeout number 1 for the Chickasha pitcher, and number 2 for the Leopardettes on the outs.
if memory serves me correctly, McLean has kind of a reputation for coming back strong after a strikeout. So her next at bat, look for it to go big.
Yeah, absolutely.
the thing with this is, we got much back to what we've talked about in the past is seeing more pitches, and McLean went several pitches in, so that comes to her benefit later down the road.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm pulling up Chickasha. Yeah, they finished second in their district. Yeah, they were in District 4A4. And like you said, 2 Belanced. Newcastle was third. Elgin, Bethany, Bridge Creek, which we'll see Bridge Creek tomorrow night. Yes. So
counts now 2-1 with scoreboard says 2 out, and it is 2 out. Yeah. I forgot the one hole hitter in.
It's 2 Lindsay tomorrow?
No, we go to Dixie.
I wished I had that on camera.
No, that was funny.
So the ball comes back, and it was definitely en route to Tandra's head, but fortunately the chain link stopped it.
Used to sitting this close.
So, look at
Oh,
Ball knocked over. Third baseman unable to grab it. Taylor is going to make it to first, and that's going to bring up Dotson, Lily Dotson, to bat for the Leopardettes with 1 or 2 outs here in the top of the first inning.
and I have said for the past 4 games that when we get runners on, we have to take advantage. We cannot leave anybody on from here on out.
no, we've done. There's been times, even against Ampo, we had the bases loaded 2 different times and got nobody in.
Yeah.
And we can't. We've got to manufacture runs. You get bases loaded. And I think at the time, the one of them, it was 1 out with bases loaded. You've got to. We as a team have to get the runs across the plate, even if it's just that one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't leave bases loaded.
Ball's going to be, and it's going to be fouled away.
This young catcher was making a line on it, but I think she lost it in the sun.
Yeah, I think so too, because the sun is right here as soon as she looked up that way.
And you had the pitcher and the third baseman were all right there, and it fell right in between all 3 of them. I mean, they made a play, but it was so bright on them.
We'll bring the count to 0-2 with 2 outs. Lone runner out on first, Kaylin Taylor. And she is the daughter of another living legend, Derek Taylor. Swung at and missed for strike number 3. That'll be out number 3 as well. That's going to put an end to the top of the first inning, and we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardettes softball right here on the Leopardette Sports Network. And welcome back here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against the Fighting Chicks here, being at the bottom of the first inning, scoreless. And Tandrew, we'll talk a little bit about who we've got in the outfield there. It looks like a game of dominoes. Everything's been shaken up a little bit. You want to talk a little about who's what and where?
Yeah, so we're going to start the battery right here. And Jaden Webb is going to get the start today for the Leopardettes in the circle, and McLean is going to be behind the plate for her. And Maddie McAllen's going to be at first, and it looks like Lily Dotson will be playing second. Reese Flood will be playing short. Kaylin Taylor will be playing third base. And then out in the outfield, we got Brecken Klein in left, and we got Chloe Broussard in the center. And right field is going to be
Baron Cruz.
Yep. That's kind of our position where we switch in and out with a couple of players, so we never really know.
Well, I think you're going to start seeing Baron there more because of
Hallie's hand,
and I hate that.
Yeah.
Because Hallie was really coming on strong here.
And that's a fly ball out to Baron, and she isn't able to get under it. Goes to the fence and able to get it in, though. But nonetheless, Chickasha starts off with a single.
Yeah, you got to give Barron props there. She was able to snag it up quick enough to hold the runner up there at first. That's just, honestly, that's one of those balls that is very hard to get. Yeah. Absolutely.
That was hitting the gap. No matter, because, Chloe's fast. So neither one of them was able to get to it. It was just a well-hit ball. And honestly, just a few more inches and that ball's gone.
Yes.
You're seeing now, you're starting to see him shift over a little bit.
There's another one right there to Barron.
Shifts over. Foul ball. Oh, there.
He's going to call fair. Aaron's going to be able to get that in and get it to Kaylin, though. Nonetheless, we do have runners on the corners with no outs, and that's the thing we're going to see with Chickasha is they are going to come out swinging. And they have to.
was a lot like me. I think Barron thought it was foul, so she started letting up.
Well, from my angle right here, it looked foul.
At this point, though, the ball's in the air. We don't need to let up. We need to be going full tilt and don't leave it in the hands of the official to make that call. You go make the play.
I'm going to say it several times probably during this whole broadcast, but this is going to be a very good test for us. This is the type of hitting we will be seeing Thursday and Friday. And, you know, it only takes 3 games, 3 or 4 games to punch our it takes 4 games to punch our ticket to the state tournament. It's not going to be an easy 4 roads to it, but the softball that the Leopardettes have been playing, it can be done.
I didn't watch physically. I watched it through Game Changer, the Little Axe and Crossings Christian game. And the thing that stood out to me was the errors that I saw with Crossings. They committed a ton of errors. And it's almost like they just gave up halfway through that first game. And then halfway through the second game, you know, it was very much the same thing.
Yeah.
And Little Axe, I think their pitcher just kind of took all. I mean, they have triplets. One plays third, one plays short, and one pitches, and they kind of rotate around.
Yeah.
And they went through the sisters.
To Chloe, and she's going to be on the run and barely misses it, just gets the edge of her glove. 1 run scores, and 2 runs is coming in, and the ball's going to be held up with Reese Flood right there at shortstop. And that is going to be a stand-up double and 2 RBIs.
Very uncharacteristic for Chloe. Usually if she gets a glove on it, it's money.
Yeah.
And I think she was looking run, trying to make a play, and just took her eye off of it also slightly. I'm sure they'll, and you can see that Chickasha's already thrown the error up there already.
Not on us yet.
Is that not on us? I thought that was ours that they just threw. It depends on how they score it. Nonetheless, I mean, I'm sure she'll beat herself up. Nobody's there. That's a good job using her foot to get that stopped.
Yeah. Heads up play by McLean there.
Absolutely.
You know, one thing I was going to say about McLean the other day, you don't see her try to throw anyone out at second or third very often, but when she does, she usually gets them out, and that just shows
she's on the money.
She's smart about it.
Yes.
She knows when to throw the ball and when not to throw the ball. That's something I've noticed about some of the other catchers on other teams. They tend to like to turn loose the ball and try to throw the runner out there on second, and doesn't always work out. Sometimes
the one that comes to mind the most is Davis.
Yes.
Davis' catcher has got an absolute cannon on her.
She knows it.
And she does know that.
And that's another fly ball out there to Barron, but this time she's able to get underneath it. Runner's going to tag and advance to home.
Nice throw. That was on the money.
Just
to the catcher. Yeah. You can't ask for much better than that. But
on second base or third base, there's not much we can do with the ball in the right field.
Especially as high as deep as what that was.
Yeah.
That girl's going to score.
But here we are, guys. We're in the bottom of the first. 1 out, and the Chickasha Fighting Chicks are up 3-0 already on us. And it's just, I don't think that it's necessarily errors that's been getting us. It's good place ball, good place ball hitting right there.
Yes. There's no, and even it was a hard hit. So
I haven't seen our girls really do anything wrong. It's just Chickasha's. They've hit the ball where they need to hit it.
Absolutely. They're going. Jaden's pitching a heck of a game. I mean, she's putting the ball where the signal's called, but they're just going to making a play.
Swing and a miss. That'll be strike number 2. 0-2 the count with 1 out so far. Ball's going to be.
And that'll be her.
Is that Lily over there?
Yeah, that was Lily. Okay.
Yeah, that's going to be our first error right there. They did not score that error.
No, they didn't. Guys, on Chloe.
If you look at Lily, you'll see her holding her hand up to block. That stun is absolutely.
No, it's hammering.
So,
And, Lily is not our consistent second baseman. She's either at third or catching. So
our best defense is when Reese is pitching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that puts all of our guns where they need to be. Because that puts Lily at third, Kaylin at short, And, you know, Jaden's usually over at second, Madison at first, McLean behind the plate.
And Jane's getting the start today, so that's why we're not seeing her at second base right now.
Guys, I think that's the worst part about having so many good pitchers is, you know, everybody wants to pitch, but sometimes if your better place
Yeah, absolutely.
is somewhere else, maybe.
And I think I think Thursday we're probably going to see Reese on the mound a lot.
You'll probably see Reese both games.
Yeah.
And my thinking
And you think everybody will be back in their positions?
Oh yeah. No doubt.
We'll
I think
back
right
in
now
home.
this is just him
trying to get some
movement. I mean,
Yeah.
we haven't played in over a week.
Yeah.
Well, you never know when someone's going to get hurt.
No,
you
exactly.
know, or maybe have to miss for other reasons,
No.
and you want everybody to play, you know, to be knock the rust off of other positions.
Well, and on top of that, with
back out of play.
Jaden in the circle, it does kind of mix things up in the field because Jaden has been our consistent second baseman. So
Yeah.
with McLean catching here recently, pretty much every single game, that takes Lily back out into the field. So
Yes.
we need her back in the lineup. We need her in the field.
Absolutely.
And she is
That's a good dig right there by McLean for the 0-2 pitch, ball low inside.
She's a very good
1-2.
defender too. So
You know, I was gonna mention that the other day or a while ago too. That's another thing about McLean. She doesn't let those balls. She makes her pitch, and I'm not saying any of our pitchers are bad. I'm saying she makes the pitchers look good whenever they do mess
Even when a
up.
pitcher misses their spot, McLean
Absolutely
makes the sell.
And you know that's something that we fail to recognize, and the fans and maybe even sometimes the coaches fail to recognize. But
And I think we'll see that coming out here real soon when the first team all district and second team all district stuff come out here pretty quick.
it's a ball past McLean right there, and the runner is going to advance to second base for number 19 for Chickasha. And Jaden's already up to 20 pitches.
That's not too terribly bad. Through two, five,
No,
six batters, eight, 9 batters. That's not too bad. But they're also swinging on first pitch a lot, too.
Absolutely, they are. And this is going to be the 8th pitch of this at bat. It's going to be a fly ball. Great job, probably. Yeah.
I think it was going to be caught regardless.
Yeah, I think so too. It was played really kind of decently perfect, but nonetheless, it was.
Or whatever, cheer went to state. We got to mention them. They finished third in state this year. Great job. But now the girls can not having to split time. They're able to concentrate right here. And if chance for these girls,
Chloe, she's going to be able to get underneath it.
makes it look easy.
The inning, and that is going to do it right here in the the bottom of the first inning here in Chickasha. But the Fighting Chicks get on the board and they lead the Leopardettes 3-0.
Stay tuned. You're watching Leopardette softball right here on the Leopardette Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
And welcome back once again here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against the Fighting Chicks here. We're into the bottom of the second inning. Chicks up 3-0 with Jaden Webb first up to bat for the Leopardettes. And she's going to be followed by Chloe Broussard. And
Do you think that the chick is mean looking over here?
where are we looking at?
where's it at?
I'm not seeing a chick anywhere yet, but nonetheless, if you're a fighting chick,
Well,
you
when you
gotta
look
be
at the
pretty.
logo that's up there on
You gotta
their
be pretty
softball
tough.
banner up there, it looks like a pretty bean chicken.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's got boxing gloves on too.
You know, there was a time I went to the chicken fights. Those were some mean roosters out there, people, let me tell you.
100% looks like one that would be at the chicken fights.
I thought they banned fighting chickens a long time ago. Why they still got them out here on the field?
They ban them, but they still raise them a lot now. So
They might have banned them, but they're on the field right now, up 3-0 against our Leopardettes.
you can call strike on the outside edge right there.
Ooh,
Ball high for ball one. Bring your
one.
count to 1-1.
Yep.
And again, Lee, we have said this over and over and over several games. We have to take as many pitches in the at bat as we can.
No doubt.
That is when we're successful in our lineup.
You start frustrating your pitcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
Letting her know, hey, you're gonna have to put it where we can hit it. We're not gonna just swing at garbage.
Yeah,
And when we're swinging at stuff, it you know, it's advantage of the team.
Check swing, and she went for the third strike of the at bat, and I believe that might be her third strikeout of the day too.
Yes.
And I'll give props where props is due because these fighting chicks look athletic. They look like they can swing the bat and that they have some arms. And that's Chloe Broussard up to the plate right now.
Ball swung out and fouled away.
And that's unfortunate because normally I don't think she would swing at that pitch, but we got an umpire that's he's moving his zone a little bit, and so it doesn't help your pitcher any, and sure as heck doesn't help your hitters any.
Yeah. But you know what? At this point in time of the season, we got to be able to adjust and adjust quickly,
absolutely. Especially with what we got coming down the pipe on Thursday. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And again, I don't, our girls, if they'll just play the way that they've played the last 3-4 weeks.
Ball was knocked down the first baseline, snagged up by the first baseman for out number 2. That'll bring up Maddie McGowan to bat for the Leopardettes.
And if you're just joining us right now and you hear us talking about regionals, our Leopardettes are hosting the regional tournament. I think that we have come to the conclusion the first time ever.
No, because in 2017 they won the district at that point. So
did they host or did they have to go though? Because
that was on a different system.
Yeah. So we are going to kick off things in Lindsay Thursday at noon with Little Axe. And then we're going to follow that game at 2 o'clock with Lexington and Newkirk. And those winners will face off, and then those losers will face off at 4 and 6. Yep. And like we've mentioned, Newkirk is going to be one of the toughest ones, I think, in this regional tournament. They're always good. Little Axe is good. And that is going to do it for the top of the second inning here in Chickasha. And your Leopardettes have not scored just yet, but we are down 3 runs to the Chickasha Fighting Chicks, and we will be right back here on the.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
And welcome back here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against the Chickasha Fighting Chicks. Even though chicken fighting was banned long ago. They still do it in Chickasha.
They definitely do, and they're giving us a fight right now. So I think we better get our boxing gloves out and start going to work.
I think maybe we need to go get law enforcement involved and tell them, look, this was banned a long time ago, Sheriff.
That's going to bring up number 7 to the plate for Chickasha, and we do not have their lineup, so we apologize, but we do know their numbers. So
We can read.
yeah, not very good.
Speak for yourself.
And back to our regional tournament, guys. I have a really good feeling about our regional tournament. I like our draw. I like who we have coming to Lindsay. I think that out of all of the regionals I've seen, I think we've gotten a pretty good lucky draw.
I had 2 phone calls from people that I know that have kids on other ball teams that are playing in regional the same week. And every one of them said, "Oh, dear Lord, how'd y'all get that lucky?"
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
we didn't draw it up.
Yeah, and that's going to be
before the season started.
number 1 for the Leopardettes in the bottom half of the second inning here in Chickasha.
Kalen just snagged that ball up, gets it over to first, makes it look easy. And that's a long distance from, I'll be honest with you, I probably couldn't make it with my shoulder. You know, when you get old, things start happening and you start falling apart. But she definitely made it look easy. That's a long haul from third to first.
Absolutely. That can bring up 00 right here for Chickasha. And she's going to lay down a butt right back to Jaden Webb. And she is going to be able to make it safely. She's going to turn 2. And she is going to go in safely to 2, standing up on a wild throw by Jaden.
And you
to
know,
Maddie.
you got to give Barron some credit there.
Barron was
bailed them
walking
out
up. Yeah,
and
absolutely.
held them up there at second.
If Barron's not there,
if Barron's not there, she's still running. But bunt, Madison's charging like she's supposed to, and she knows she can't get back. Lily's smart enough to get over and cover, and it's just a matter of adjustment. I think Jaden was expecting Madison to be over there when she let it fly.
Well, and it's like we were talking off air. These girls are playing. It's muscle memory. It doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're playing softball, if you're shooting guns or whatever, it's muscle memory.
Yeah.
You get to play in your positions. You get used to them.
Yes.
and we
everybody's
haven't seen
shook
Jaden
up.
into the circle in quite a few
Couple
games.
weeks.
Yeah, and
That's going to be safe at first on a kind of I wouldn't say a slow roller. It was kind of like a little drop blooper right in front of
Hey,
Reese.
don't fool yourself. That young lady's quick. She was cruising down first
I,
baseline.
I was watching what Reese was fixing to do
That
with the
young
ball.
lady was moving. And, I mean, we'd have had to have hit it, got to grab that tip at the circle to even have a chance. But she was rolling.
That brings up number 15 for Chickasha with runners on the corners with 1 out here in the bottom half of the second inning. And we're going to go into kind of a situation play right here. We're going to, if you're watching at home, we're probably going to throw down to either Lily breaking in or Reese will break in. We could possibly throw down to Kaylin, but we're going to try to catch this runner trying to come home.
Like I say, we're going to see a bunt right here trying to squeeze.
here she comes.
Past McLean, and she's going to slide in safely. And the runner is going to advance over to second. And that's still, number 15 is going to still be up at the plate right here for Chickasha.
That's going to bring the score. Chickasha 4, Leopardettes 0.
On 4 hits.
We'll make a play.
And
That's going to be a ground ball hit into the, I guess you could say, gap between second and third. With runners on the corners with 1 out. Is this the leadoff for Chickasha? I want to say it is. 15 takes off, ball goes in the outfield, and the runner comes home to score, and that's the 5th run for the Chickasha Fighting Chicks right here. And Edwards is he's not happy. He is not happy, and you know what? He's got every right to not be happy. We're going into regional play in just 2 short days, and this play right here, we're playing very sloppy, and this right here is not what you want to see heading into the regional tournament.
Coach is getting fired up. I've never seen this. This is interesting.
He's not happy at all, and you know what? You can't blame him. We are definitely we're not playing Leopardette softball. I hate to say it, but we're almost playing like we don't want to be here. And we've said over and over, we cannot play like this heading into the regional tournament.
No, we can't.
We have to find our groove right here. We have to get in the dugout and make something happen and get our groove back.
Oh, absolutely. We need to get sticks going.
Yeah.
And, like you said, our give a care meter is going to have to rise up off of 0 and get about 8 or 9 and get rolling here.
Guys, in the girls' defense, it is one of those games that honestly it doesn't really matter. And I'm telling you, I've got faith in these girls. I'm telling you, come noon on Thursday, they're going to come out. Boxing gloves are going to be on, and they're going to be ready to play. I promise you. It's probably been a long weekend. If any of them are OU fans, the team got beat.
It's you. That's speaking for you.
Easy. You fan.
It's been a
sick
weekend for me.
Evening.
It's been an awesome weekend over here in the Hamilton household.
I think they're going to be just fine.
I just wish that they would take this game
just as serious
as they would a district game or a playoff game or a tournament or something like that. Because
this is more reps for us. This is more defensive play that we need, because that we don't get necessarily in practice. We don't get in-game play in practice. And that's going to bring up number 24 for Chickasha with a runner on first and 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd. They got that run up, and it kind of confused me there for a minute. It's going to be a high fly ball to Chloe out in center field. She's going to get under it, and she is going to gun that to 3rd, and she is going to be able to get for out number 3. Got her. Of the inning, and Chloe gets under that ball and just guns it.
Right there, she hesitated coming back and forth, and it got her.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can't do that. Our outfield has arms, and we've proved it time and time again, but that's going to end it right here in the bottom of the 2nd, but nonetheless, the Chickasha Fighting Chicks get on the board more and cause more damage, and we are down 5-0 here in Chickasha, and we'll be right back here on the Lindsay Sports Network.
And welcome back here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against the Chickasha Fighting Chicks. We're going to enter the top of the 3rd inning.
Yep.
And I got to make a change here.
We're going to lead off with, I think this is Brooklyn Brown going to lead us off. Yep, it is.
That is Brooklyn Brown. And
batting in the place of Barron, it looks like.
Like to say a big shout out to Jake Rutledge, who is at home watching us on his 75-inch television.
You know, he's one that had a good weekend too with seeing those Sooners.
Well, he didn't get the OSU didn't do anything.
We had an off week. We did get in front of the Sooners in the in the polls.
Coach's poll.
Hey, that's okay.
Ball's gonna be popped up.
It's going to be caught by the second baseman in foul territory. That's going to bring out Brecken Klein to the plate right now for the Leopardettes with one out.
Honestly, it was a bad weekend for me because I'm an OU fan, but on one hand, but I'm a huge Deuce Vaughn fan. And he got the win. So it is what it is. I'm gonna go down to Fort Worth and cheer them on this weekend anyway. So first pitch away is going to be a nice grounder out to left field.
What we need to do right there is we just need to place balls in the hole right here just to get things going. And that's exactly what Brecken did to roll over the lineup right here to Reese Flood for the Leopardettes, our leadoff hitter with a runner on and one out. Reese settles in right here and is going to take a ball on the outside corner. And hits are contagious. Once we get one hit, we are very capable of just continuing the. Well, he's out here throwing hot dog wrappers at us. And there's another one right behind first base, and Reese is going to be able to leg that out, and we're going to be able to get Brecken over there to second base. And there we go. We got runners on first and second with one out. And McLean Stennett will be up to the plate.
And McLean looks like she's ready to take care of some business. I think I might have called it. I said when McLean strikes out, she comes back swinging.
Yeah.
She's got the gloves on. She's got the intense look. I'm going to call it deep left. And, if they don't hit her first. If it doesn't go over, I'm going to be shocked.
She's going to take.
She just looks determined right now.
Absolutely.
Called strike, 0-1 now the count.
I think Coach Edwards'
Actually, I thought that was supposed to be 1-1.
I think it's 1-1. I don't think they put it up there. Now the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes with one out and runners on first and second. And I think Coach Edwards' little chit chat he had might have lit a fire under him.
I will say this, and this comes from a really good source. It was not very nice what he said. I can promise you. Something to the extent, if you don't get your butts in gear, we're going to run until I puke tomorrow. Something of that nature.
Ain't no puke, so.
If he's like the coach that I had. If when I was in college playing football, if my coach said we're going to run until I puke, that means he's going to be sitting out there with a soda in one hand, an umbrella in a rocking chair, and laughing, thinking, "Yep, I'm never puking. You guys are dead."
2-2 the count. Way outside. That'll bring a full count.
Trying to get her to chase one right there. That's a good. That's one you want to throw a chase pitch to.
Yeah.
She chased one earlier, so hey, and they're keeping track over there. They're keeping notes as they go. Not a lot of teams do that in a non-district game.
Yeah. But to them, it's just it's another game. It doesn't mean like being non-district or being the last. That's a big strikeout right there for Chickasha with runners.
That was a nasty rise ball. And the thing with the rise ball, you've got to get all the way up in that box and catch it before it starts climbing. Because once it starts climbing, your best bet at that point is to just put a bat on it and fouled off.
Yeah, absolutely. That's going to bring up Kaylin Taylor to the plate, and she got on last time.
And she's throwing a nasty drop curve, too.
Reese
is going to slide in safely.
That's a good job right there.
Very good read there by Reese.
That's a great job by Reese getting off of there, making her throw
absolutely.
And I was just going to say that a while ago, that how Reese was going far off, trying to get them to throw her direction.
And with 2 outs, that catcher knows, hey, I got 2 outs. If I can gun her down right here with a runner on second, I'm going to do it. And hats off to Brecken right there for paying attention and running and not holding Reese up. Yeah, absolutely.
Right on the cross there.
Oh, dang it.
Man.
Good shot right there by Kaylin. It's just a
great play.
Glove right there. And that's going to end the top of the third, but Leopardettes did threat, and we are going here to the bottom of the third, try to get something going on defense. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
And welcome back once again here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against the Fighting Chicks. We're going to enter the bottom of the third inning. Chicks up 5-0.
But the big number that the people can't see the scoreboard with the camera view. The number that glares to me is the farthest one to the right on the top. That number
that error.
That 3.
Yeah.
With 3 errors, you can't give runs.
No,
you can't give
not.
teams errors that way. That's what beat us the other night against Ampo. You take the 6 errors out of that third inning, I think it was, maybe the second inning.
I think it's third.
And you take those errors out of the way, and guess what happens? That ball game's completely different.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was a really good test for us.
No, it was.
Coming because they're a state championship caliber team every single year. They just have people come in every single year. They're kind of like Comanche. They never don't have anybody coming in.
That's a testament to their program.
Yeah,
it's expected year in, year out.
Absolutely.
But I will say this: even now, we've got like 9 errors, 10 errors now in 2 ball games. I'll still take this group of girls over anybody in our state, in our class right now.
100%. It's gonna be a ground ball to Reese. Filled it nicely and doesn't get the throw quite over to Maddie, and Maddie is not quite able to dig that ball. So that's going to put a runner on first.
Guys, I've got to give props to Chickasha for one other thing. The free hot dogs are absolutely tasty. So just absolutely hats off to their booster club for allowing the local radio station here to hand out free hot dogs. I don't know exactly if they're Oscar Mayer or what, but they are good. 1-0 the count now. One runner out there, lone runner on first. They're the booster club president. I think you caught her name, Tander. She come over and offered those up before the game.
That's a great job right there.
Yeah,
getting over sliding.
I can't remember, but it's off to her. She's over there. She's the lady that was sharing our link with everybody. So very, very nice gesture of her to help us out.
Well, we do remember Jake's not allowed on the grill the next time we get to cook hot dogs.
Not at all.
We said that about Chris when we cooked hamburgers. We cooked burgers the other day for the girls at lunch.
Did he burn them?
Oh, no, he did fantastic. He had the low and slow grill.
There we go.
It was low and slow. It wasn't about to get out of hand. Every once in a while, we'd see a little flare up when we'd make a joke about it. But,
I looked up in the sand to see if Chris was here, and he's not.
He's listening to us.
He's probably listening. So.
He's about to get a tip.
High fly ball out to Barron. She's able to run in and get underneath it and
That's a great
grab
job
that for out number 2. Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? Hats off to Barron to be able to make those adjustments. She's got a lot of action out there today.
Yeah. And that says that they're a lot of times, a lot of it's they're behind.
Yeah, absolutely.
But and
nonetheless, though,
throwing some low and a lot away pitches too, but they're taking it that way. Hey, that really fast.
Yeah.
You know, if these banners are correct that are sitting out here behind us, this team is loaded, and I do mean loaded with seniors.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10
10
seniors
seniors.
on this team.
Yeah.
I'll say this though, I'd put our 3 up against their 10 any day.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry. You got to say 5 because we got the 2 managers that are.
Yeah.
One of those is a senior.
One of them's a senior. So
So technically only got 4.
I'd put our seniors up
And these-
against theirs.
And gloves.
Yeah.
I don't know. We might need to be the fighting leopardettes at that point. I need to get some.
The leopard claw.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. And that's going to remove the runner over to third base for the Chickasha Fighting Chicks on a pass ball. And number 9 is going to step in the batter's box for Chickasha with a 5-0 lead right here in the bottom of the third. It's going to be a high fly ball out there to Chloe with 2 outs, and that runner's going to go, but Chloe is able to get under that ball and get the third out of the inning, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the third inning here in Chickasha. And we're going to the top of the fourth for the Leopardettes. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
And welcome back once again, where your Leopardettes are squared off here in Chickasha against the Fighting Chicks. We're going to enter the top of the 4th inning. Chicks up 5-0. And I'm not sure where we're in our third hole.
4-hole.
4-hole hitter.
4, 5, 6, 7 due up.
That'll be Lily Dotson.
Lily, Jaden, Chloe, Maddie.
Shout out to Aaron Flood for giving us these comfortable rocking chairs.
Oh, yeah, I
because
forgot about that.
We were on the ground.
I forgot
because
about that.
Rabbit forgot our table.
Forgot the table, too.
Well, it's been a while since we played away from home. So
It has been. It really has.
then when we went to Kingston, though, they took good care of us.
Yeah.
Kingston, man, they made sure we had everything we needed.
Where's the last time we were on the road?
Kingston, I believe.
Yeah, I think
Hey,
so.
guys, just before we get started, I do got to give a shout out to Larry Wynn. Larry went to the ball game with me this weekend, and he gave me a shoulder to cry on all the way home after the loss. So
I was going to text you and be like, or I was going to text our little group and be like, somebody check on Robert
yeah,
because he's not okay.
he gave me a shoulder to cry on. So and I think I'm pretty sure it looks like Larry's watching.
Oh, there we go. Good hit right there in the gap to the fence by Lily Dotson. She's going to take 2 right here on a stand-up double to lead things off for the Leopardettes in the top of the 4th inning. And that's going to bring up Jake.
So I was waiting for her to do her little dust
Dust
thing.
thing.
I was going to zoom in, but hopefully she'll do that next time.
Do I need to look for him?
And that's going to bring Jaden Webb up to bat for the Leopardettes with Chloe.
Oh. That
Chloe Broussard out there waiting her turn.
I got her jersey, and they say the jersey is part of the body.
person. Oh, yeah. We saw that in an OU game
Yes.
and the national championship game.
And Jaden showing bunt.
Man.
Jake said, rocking chairs. Should I take my butt over here? And,
Come on, Jake.
you're just missing out now, buddy. It's the top of the 4th.
Don't kid yourself. They're sitting in rocking chairs. I chose to stand
1-1.
because I stand most of the game anyway.
You're out of luck right here, Jake.
showing a little life now. You can see a little, looks like a little more urgency on some of these
absolutely.
girls coming to the plate. Lily, of course, Lily always does a great job of adjusting after that first at bat.
She's one of those ones that knows what she did after every single pitch and is able to adjust so well after.
Well, she's a student of the game.
Yes, absolutely.
There's no other way of putting it.
Absolutely.
I mean, that kid just eats and sleeps and breathes softball. And hey, don't kid yourself, though. She's a pretty good basketball player,
Yeah.
too.
That's going to drop right behind
nice
the base
job right
in
there.
the field, and we're going to score Lily Dotson from second base, and Jaden is going to get into second sliding safely. And that's going to bring up Chloe Broussard to the plate with no outs and a runner on second base. And I think it's starting to click for us right here.
Finally. It took us a minute to get rolling with the AMPO game.
Yeah.
But we normally start, I hate it, but we do start slow a lot.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
As far as the batting is concerned. I mean,
think
every once in a while we get on a roll early.
I think the Comanche and Washington game is the only games that really stands out to me that we have started from the word go.
Right.
And to be honest, that's how we need to start Thursday.
Oh, no.
We have to start from the word go.
We cannot go in sleeping on little lads.
No,
Don't take your foot off the throttle. Just keep going.
Well, and exactly. And we've got to learn to put teams away when we have the chance.
And I think us being down right here, get there.
But, and she's going to make it. Webb's going to make it over to third.
That's going to put runners on the corner right here for Maddie McGowan with no outs. And, like I've said, we've got a lot of fight in us. And here we are, we're down 5-1. And if we can come back and get ahead, tie this game, or even win it, that's going to be a big confidence booster for us. And that's going to show, hey, we were down 5-0 going into the top of the fourth, and we came back and won this. Probably see a little situation here, try to get Chloe, but she's a smart base runner, and Jaden's not going to go anywhere. She's got Coach Edwards right there to help her out. And
it was a very low called strike right there. Even, it's crazy. This guy's, and I'm not just saying it because my daughter's up to bat, but I mean, he has moved this strike zone around quite a bit today.
There we go. Get out of here. Dang it.
Yeah. All right.
Inches.
I got chill bumps thinking about that.
That was inches away from being a 3-run blast right there for Maddie McGowan. But nonetheless, stand-up double with 2 RBIs right there.
You see her making a little sign with the ring. Is
that puts Leopardettes down by 2 right here. And Mama was chasing boys. She
saw me right there. I saw her coming around and Madison stepped in. I thought, oh.
And that's going to bring up Brooklyn Brown to the plate for the Leopardettes with no outs, and Maddie McGowan sitting on second right here. For Barron, yes, yeah.
He is calling that low strike, man.
Yeah.
He loves it.
Yeah,
I mean,
he does.
It's not just a tot on the knee. It's like, if it touches that kneecap, he's calling it.
He's being consistent about
No,
it.
he is.
He's calling it both ways.
Absolutely.
And you would
But
think
he loves that low.
You would think with him being a little tall, he wouldn't call it that low.
Well,
he wouldn't want to bend down that
The
far.
one thing I wish having umpires as long as what I have, if they would get down a little bit lower behind there, it'd be a lot better.
Yeah.
But he's standing up over the top, and so like you get a girl that throws a drop ball, he can't see that drop break.
Yeah.
Oh,
dang it. Oh.
fair ball. Get back.
Oh.
Whoa.
That'd be a hard collision right there between third pitcher and catcher for Chickasha, as they were all 3 calling for it and all 3 going for it. And nobody could really, I guess, get their voice louder than anybody. And just a little collision right here. We're going to check on the pitcher. Probably looked like she got the most, I think, damage, but it might have knocked the breath out of her just a little bit right there.
I wanted you to know. Did you notice the gloves, batting gloves that Madison
Did. I noted. I was several girls yesterday.
Because
Let me tell you, they bring you luck, man.
And Madison has thought about it. We've talked about it in the years past, and she's like, oh, that's kind of silly. But when she put somebody else's on, and she said, Dad, they feel a lot better than regular batting gloves. And I'm like, heck, let's give it a rip, kid, and see what happens.
Let me tell you something. If she'd have let me bought them, that would have been fun right there.
Or if she got one of these free hot dogs.
Yeah. Next year, I think we get the whole team to do work gloves.
Oh yeah.
Chickasha's out here in the circle right now, just checking on all three of their players, really, because they all three collided. And that's going to bring up Brecken Klein to the plate for Lindsay. And last time Brecken was up, she hit a ground ball into the hole in second.
Beautiful.
Yeah, absolutely. Or between short and third. So I think this is pretty good spot we're in right here with runners on first and second with Brecken up. And then we're turning over our lineup.
Yeah, we're going to turn the lineup over. So with no outs, which is 2 runners on, no outs, turning the lineup over, I'll take it. As long as we be smart right here, we should get another couple of runs in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And guys, we are working on bringing the one and only Jake Rutledge onto the broadcast. I've sent the link. I'm waiting on him to respond.
That was a really good bunt right there, Miss Brecken.
That's what we need, a small ball, move the runners.
Yes.
Take it.
Our lead off
Now we got to lead off on, and we got runners on second, third. So we don't need a home run right here. We just need a base hit.
And
there he is.
got him. Now he's not on the live screen yet. Can you hear us, Jake? And I don't know if he can hear us or not. So
Look at him, just comfortable in his own.
Must be nice.
He can go to his own rocking chair now.
So hopefully we're going to have him on here shortly. And he's at home chilling right now.
It's just me, but I smell dog food.
Alpo.
Oh.
And
Reese is kind of giving a little smirk right there because she knows that's Mama. Mama's up there telling
You
her,
can hear Mama. She
get
knows.
off that plate.
He's calling it. I mean, it's
Make the adjustment. Ooh.
nasty drop right there. That dang there, it dropped right into the zone.
And, with that being that close, you don't want to leave it up to the umpire.
Yeah, I mean, it was starting at her mask, and it dropped after she didn't come across, but, well, that was close.
And we're working on getting.
Oh, come on.
That's going to be a fun ball.
It's going to be a tag and go, tag and
Bill, that's going to go in the glove, but nonetheless, Maddie is able to score.
There we go.
Is that McLean? No, that's not McLean.
They're playing coming up the back.
Barron is running for Brooklyn.
Yeah, no, Brooklyn,
Gotcha.
that was the DP flex.
Okay,
Brittany,
gotcha.
she came in.
Yeah, Barron made it to third, and here we go for
And
McLean.
that right there is doing her job.
Yeah.
He wanted a hard hit,
Absolutely.
high fly ball. He got, because you saw him sitting
Yep.
there. Madison's listening. He goes, we're touching and going.
Yep.
Listen, and as soon as he said go, Madison was gone, and we score. Now look, we scored 4 runs
Yep.
right here.
Here we go. We got 2 outs right here for McLean Stinnett with a runner on third. And check 1 of the at-bat. And last time McLean was up, she had a kind of I would say almost a questionable call on strike 3. And the score now is 5-4 Fighting Chicks. And the Leopardettes have fought back. And this is just what we were saying when we started this inning.
Yes. We needed to see some life.
Yes, and them to fight back like this. This is exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for this type of play to get their bats alive.
As a team, we got to quit starting out slow.
Yeah.
Don't quit giving teams the freebies. Nice chase pitch right there. Still, she got 2 more chase pitches and I suspect you're not going to see a strike. I mean, they're going to be high, low and away, high and away, trying to get McLean to chase or get one high inside on her to get her to chase there.
Ooh. He has called that. He has called that pitch.
Luckily, I'm sitting right over the top of it, and it come through the batter spot. So, I mean, it was close, but it was on the inside of the line.
2-2 count right here for McLean with 2 outs and a runner on third. And here comes the pitch, and it's going to be a high fly ball into foul territory, but the third baseman is going to be able to handle that cleanly, and that's going to end the inning and the threat for for our Leopardettes. And we go to the bottom of the 4th with the score 5-4, Chickasha, and we will be right back.
1. And welcome back once again here. We have got Jake, the one and only Jake Rutledge, live from home. Jake, so what do you think about the game so far?
I think kind of, like Lee was saying, a little bit of a slow start, but Leopardettes, man, they've done a good job battling back. They've cut it to just a 1-run deficit here. So, a lot of ball game left. They should be able to got to keep the bats going for sure. But I think I'm feeling good about it. I think they can claw back into this one for sure.
And so, were you able to see the difference between those first 3 innings and then this last inning? It seemed like the Leopardettes come alive, and just right before that, Coach Edwards, were you guys able to see Coach Edwards make a visit out there to the mound?
So I turned it on right around the 2nd inning or so, and then I think it was 4-0 maybe at that point. And I seen the break where Coach Edwards kind of lined everybody up, gave him a pep talk. And ever since then, like Tandra kind of said earlier, whatever Coach Edwards said, man, it lit a fire under him. And here we are, 5-4 ball games. So looking good now.
Yeah, so we're gonna go back to the game, and we may try to have you on before the game's over. Jake, we appreciate you taking the time out and coming on.
Hey, you bet.
Enjoy your comfort chair.
You
Go
bet. See y'all.
And Lee said to enjoy your comfy chair. See you later.
See y'all.
And we're back here. Going to enter the bottom of the 4th inning. Leopardettes coming alive here. Down 1, score Chickasha 5, Leopardettes 4. Leopardettes, if you just tuned in, Leopardettes scored all those points here in the top of this inning. Jaden Webb's going to snag it up, advance it over to first, make it look easy.
Much better transition right there. Same thing that should have done earlier. Jaden recognized it was basically the same thing, made the adjustment so she didn't throw to the 6-foot target. She threw to the 5'8" target.
We have definitely got to figure out what Coach Edwards said to those girls out there on the mound. Win, lose, or draw, we've got to find out. Pitch away.
Nice pitch, load away. Ball 1.
Now, this regional tournament, y'all might be on y'all's own. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I know. My husband is racing in Ardmore on a big 2-day race, so we will see.
Friday.
It's going to be a blooper. Oh, just out of the glove of a diving Brecken Klein out there in left field.
I will be going with Colton to Tulsa on Friday for the Tulsa Livestock Show.
Oh, yeah. I definitely will be able to make the 12 o'clock game. Cam's travel baseball team practices Thursday night. We can't miss that. So we will be there. Friday, I should be able to make Friday. We'll see.
Busy time of year for these kids.
It is.
Just finished up with their state competition where they got third. Band had their district competition at Pauls Valley last weekend. Softball's going. Football boys beat, was it Comanche or somebody like that? A whole bunch to nothing.
Comanche, yeah, a whole bunch.
I think last number I heard was 64 or something like that to nothing, I believe is what I heard.
Ended up 68, maybe 66, something
like that. So it's just a busy time for our Leopard athletic program.
Cookies. The cheerleaders in Comanche was throwing out cookies. And, we were set up in the press box, so we were able to get those cookies. And they were tasty. They were dyed red, but chocolate chip.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but was it not our junior high cheer that went and cheered for the high school so that the girls could be in Tulsa?
We didn't see any cheerleaders there, no.
I misunderstood that.
We did have we had the band get out there, and also our student section got out there for a fight song
Nice.
And we had some softball girls in that, and just probably some basketball girls also. We couldn't really see that far, but we did know a couple of them out there, and
That's awesome.
they were keeping the crowd.
Well, it's nice that we get these kids that are going, and I know several people made the trip up to Tulsa to watch the cheer team.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, you know, we've got a lot of people that are.
Another
Come on.
fly ball to Brecken, and she's going to be able to really get into this one.
Like I said, it's just a busy time of year for our athletic programs, and they've been representing really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, like I said, cheer, congrats to them, third in the state.
Behind 2 private schools.
Yeah, behind private schools who the state is their district.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
to me, that's almost like winning it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But, you know, and a lot of these girls, several of these girls that are on this softball team were on that.
Yeah.
They went to Tulsa with them. So, you know, that's just awesome for them. And I'm glad they were able to pull that up. And I wish they could have got more, but I'm sure, I know they did too. I know they worked stupid hard to get there. So, and it showed. I saw the deal that they did the other night. And I know they did it again for the school kids before they left. And, you know, it's fun to watch. And again, they don't lose that many for cheer next year. So
No, they don't.
another play for Brecken.
Brecken making it look easy.
Had a kid.
That's going to close out the bottom of the 4th inning. Chicks unable to put another point on the board. It's going to be interesting. Stay tuned, folks. You're watching Leopardettes softball right here on the Leopardettes Sports Network.
Now I'm going to.
And welcome back here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are squared off against the Chickasha Fighting Chicks here. We're going to enter the top of the 5th inning. Leopardettes threatening to take over the lead, down by 1, 5-4.
You know, and you take that 4 errors that we have and you just cut that in half. And again,
Yeah.
you know, we've talked about that with Ampo. You know, it swing on a miss right there by Kaylin. She checked, swung, knew she done it, just held it there, knew that, hoping that it wasn't there. But again, she knew what she was doing. She knew she made a mistake right there, and she'll fix it right here.
High fly ball for the first baseman.
Oh,
That's
and
going
miss. Foul ball.
That is going to be a lucky play right there for the Chickasha Fighting Chicks, as that ball was misread by the first baseman and bounced in fair territory and then out. So
Yeah,
that's
I heard
a foul ball.
Ball. At first I thought someone was hollering from our dugout. I was like, oh, that's not good.
Yeah. I think we heard a mama over here.
Grandma, I can't tell. Nonetheless, somebody heard that noise. You know, when I was playing ball, it didn't matter what stadium we were playing in. When I could pick my dad, I mean, we'd have
Yeah,
several thousand
absolutely.
people screaming and hollering,
Yep.
and I could always pick my dad out.
Absolutely.
I mean, he would deliberately not sit in the same spot twice because he knew I could hear him.
Yeah.
Tight inside pitch right there for ball 2.
I don't know if you guys had noticed it, but we put a post out last night. Glenn Harris, one of our, and when you see him at every home game. I don't care if it's softball, baseball. Glenn and Carla, they're at every game. Well, we did an interview with Glenn. Glenn got selected to do an honor flight. He was in the Navy. He actually signed up when he was like 15 years old. It's an awesome story to watch. And, just so everybody knows, we are in the process of recording several interviews like that. And we're doing a series. We're basically writing the history of Lindsay.
We might not ever get on.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people don't realize we have a veteran center in Norman. And there are some, if you ever get a chance to go out there and just talk to those men and women that served in World War II, in Korea, there's a few of them out there. You got Douglas MacArthur has one of his personal bodyguards is there, and just to hear their story. I had a chance to take some Cub Scouts a couple of years ago over and let them talk to these guys, and man, they had so much fun.
Absolutely. And Glenn's story.
Second baseman right there, and she's going to be able to.
She did.
Oh, what are we going to say?
Oh, protest that.
Protest
that.
Oh, I think the home plate umpire looked at Coach Edwards and he said that it was on the transfer, and Coach Edwards shook his head yes, but
if we don't get the story of all these veterans because the World War II veterans are falling fast.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of them left, and I'm glad to see these honor flights because there's a lot of these guys that have never been there to see the monuments and.
Oh, who'd that hit?
It hit a guy's hand. He kept it from going into mama's laps.
Listen, we say all the time we have danger zones around our complex. They have danger zones here.
Well, guys, as whenever we come out with this business, we said that we wanted to bring a modern, fresh, new approach to local media. And, with that, we feel like the local media has, in the new modern era, has a responsibility to preserve the history
Absolutely.
of the community. So that's one thing that not only the history in the present, but in the past. So that's one thing that we're aiming towards with this new project. And I'm excited. I think it's something that the community is going to be proud of. And
it's something they should be proud of because of the number of people that come from Lindsay that have served our country, when they didn't have to. That's the thing about our Army is in military in general, it's the greatest in the world because it's all volunteer.
Absolutely.
And we don't want to be stationary to one thing. We don't want to just call one certain thing and then be done. We want to be able to get out there, and at the end of the day, when we broadcast athletes, they're just excited to be broadcasted.
Well, they're going to see people.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm not going to take a shot at any one group, but there's a lot of room for everybody, and these kids just want everybody to see them and hear them. And
that's going to be ball 4 for Jaden Webb, and that's going to bring up Chloe Broussard to the plate right here with 2 outs and runner on first. And, the tying run's on base.
That's right.
And even though we have 2 outs, how many times have we proven with 2 outs we can rally and still score 4?
Yeah, we've done it before.
Yeah.
And then it can start right here because Chloe's been a big part of that in the past when she's done that.
And, early in the season, we saw Chloe move herself down from the leadoff spot down to about the 6 hole, 7 hole, somewhere around there. And
allowed her to relax. She was so uptight at that number 1 spot. And, by just asking Coach Edwards, hey, move me down.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let Breeze have it. And that was a good job. And it's worked out really well for us.
It's calmed her down a lot. And you know what? She hasn't, I'm sure Coach Edwards has went back to her and been like, hey, do you want to move back up? And if he has, she obviously has said, no, I'm comfortable right here, and it's working.
I think at this point, he's pretty happy at the way this line.
Yeah, I think so too.
It's paid off because about the time that she came down, things really started clicking defensively, offensively. And so I think that, I would hate for him to go tinkering with the lineup at this point.
And to be honest, Chloe's like another leadoff because sometimes, most of the time where we end the inning, we got Jaden running. Oh. Jaden is able to get in safely right there to second on a error throw by the catcher right here.
And
So
they scored it.
yeah. So now we have 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with a runner on second, and Chloe Broussard up to bat for the Leopardettes right here. And that's going to be a ball inside, and that's going to go full right here to Chloe.
She needs back off the plate just a smidge.
Good job. And, you know, what a good at-bat right there by
Great.
the senior.
Went down 0-2, come back with 4 straight balls. That's just,
One senior in our lineup right now. And, you know, what a good at-bat, being able just to get on, to get Maddie back up to the plate, because last time Maddie was at the plate, she took a shot out there. And they could potentially walk. What are we? We're going to get a pinch runner in there for Jaden since she is a pitcher. I thought they were fixing to sit here and try to walk Maddie.
it's nice to see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Just last time I've seen her, she had a brace on.
Yeah.
So it's great to see that she's at that point now. See a big grin on her face right there. She knew it. And she's horrible about letting that first pitch strike. And that might be the best pitch she sees all day. You know, and with her being a pitcher, she understands that whole game that's played there. But, you know, she needs to battle up right here and crush it. Nice hit down the baseline.
In the hole. We're going to send Hallie to the plate. It is good. Yes. Yes, that is stable. She dropped the ball. No, she did not drop the ball, but she did get under that tag as the catcher seemed to be behind.
Guys, that was right in front of me. That she did not get her glove on that girl.
No,
That she was safe.
I think she was at the plate.
I seen it. It was.
If I'm a coach and my player is talking to that umpire about what just happened right there, me and that kid having a conversation, because that's not that kid's job. And she's lucky the umpire didn't say, hey, you know what, why don't you go ahead and go over there and have a seat.
Yeah, I seen that. That was right in front of me. That was a good deal there. And that's going to tie the game up.
Tie game. Madison has 3 RBIs on the day. So, you know, that's just a good piece of hitting. She took the ball low and away and put it hard toward first base. That's called doing your job.
Yeah,
that's right. All of a sudden
And I was sitting here saying Chloe's going to come home, but Hallie was over there on third or second. So my apologies.
Now we got the freshman, Brooklyn, coming up to hit. Brooklyn's very capable of hitting the ball hard. You know, low and hard is what we need. We don't need heroics right here. We just
little pressure.
Yeah.
First base is empty out there, so that was way outside.
Something good hard hit in the hole right here. We'll score a run, give us the lead.
That was a good eye there.
Yeah.
That was a real good eye.
Hey, Brooke, don't get yourself. Brooklyn she's pretty disciplined.
Yeah.
Even in junior high ball. Of course, you know, she's coming off of back-to-back broken ankles, I believe.
Oh, my goodness. I did not know that.
Yeah, and I know she's had 1, maybe 2, if I remember correct, if it serves me correctly. But, you know, so she's missed quite a bit of playing time over the last couple of years because of the ankles.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not one to go against what the ump says, but I felt like that one was way inside and low.
There we go.
Foul ball.
Oh, no.
Foul ball. She was literally standing on the she was splitting down the line. That's a good job by the home plate umpire being right there, seeing that.
Umpires will call that fair.
That to me is a judgment call.
Yeah.
I would have called it fair.
Yeah. But
it could go either way.
Another life right here to be able to drive something right there in that.
He's going to get it this time, guys.
You can bet they're either going to jam her in right here. They're going to throw it low and away, get her trying to chase something. You see that? You got your sweating up outside. Low and away.
Good. Good eye.
It's to 2-2 right here with 2 outs and runners on. We got a runner on second?
You see, again, you're going to try to, you'll see him and try to throw a chase pitch right here, see if they can get her to chase something.
2-2 the count, 2 outs. All's going to be
Good
fouled away.
Good job by the first baseman getting
Yeah.
over and making a catch.
And that's going to do it for the threat of the Leopardettes. But nonetheless, the Leopardettes are able to tie this ball game here in the top of the 6th inning. And we go to the bottom of the 6th with it all tied, and we'll be right back here on Williford Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Ben Long, an agent with Oklahoma Healthcare Exchange. During this year's annual enrollment, we wanted you to know that you have a local solution for all your Medicare and health insurance needs. Our agents live and work throughout the entire great state of Oklahoma. Whether you're in Lindsay, Ardmore, Lawton, McAllister, or any of the major metropolitan areas. Give us a call to learn more at 855-786-8343. Again, that phone number is 855-786-8343. And we look forward to hearing from you.
And welcome back once
Right there, the
again.
lady that keeps our score.
We
I mean, you can ask her,
are
but
here
yeah, I
in
believe it. It is
Chickasha,
5-5.
Oklahoma. We're going to enter the bottom of the 5th inning.
No,
Got
that one didn't
Ball
score.
game's going to be all tied up at 5. Leopardettes are taking on the Chicks here. Tandra,
She's the one that
you
keeps the
got
score there.
what do you expect the girls to do to come out? I don't know what Coach Edwards said, but
I
I'd
don't
like to
either.
know. But what are we looking at here?
Well, you know what? We have gotten our bats going, and we've played pretty good defense that last inning. So I think we just need to keep our foot on the pedal. We're heading into the right direction now. They've got the momentum. They've got the confidence back, going down 5-0, and now here they are, tied the game. So,
On a show.
yeah, I
Well,
think they're
it's-
saying,
it's-
hey, we're not done yet.
No, and again, the slow starts have got to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't come out Thursday, even tomorrow. We can't have the slow stops. You know, we've got to really get it.
Mm-hmm.
We need to go from jump. Because I think we will be the home team. Well, we should be the home team all the way through regional as long as we win.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Because we're the higher seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
And that's our advantage right there. That's a
Absolutely.
big. Talking about our draw for regional, not taken away from any teams. We know what Lexington did to get into this regional, and we have faced Little Axe. We know what we're doing as far as probably a game plan for Coach Edwards. We've got the best draw that we've had in a while to be able to punch our
Oh,
ticket to
no
the state
doubt.
tournament. And if these girls know right now, just going into Thursday, that they have the best chance here and now that they will probably have in a good while, they can get the job done and punch their ticket to the state tournament.
in all honesty, we had talked about this in the past, and
Hard bunt right there to third baseman, and she's going to be
Good
able to
job.
clean that field lead for out number 1 of the bottom of the 5th inning.
you
And
know,
that's going to bring up number 19.
and this is not a slide on any of our seniors at all, but I still thought we were a year away from being able to push for state.
Yeah.
I didn't know, but they turned a switch on district play, and
They put themselves in a really good position.
I can't be more excited, especially for these seniors,
Yeah,
because this is
absolutely.
something none of them have had a chance.
Yeah.
Now they got a chance to actually go play. I mean, they had a chance last year. It didn't work out, but now we're hosting the regional.
Now
We get to
almost
sleep in
like
our own bed.
the stars are aligning for us right
Oh,
now,
absolutely.
and it's just all on them now. They've just got to show up and play Leopardette softball.
And who I hate it for the most is Cameron Bearden, because she's having to sit and watch.
1-1 count right here with 1 out. And the score is 5-5. And that's going to be a shot to Brecken. Oh, and she dives after it, but it does go and roll to the fence. She's able to get up and run after it. And that's just going to be a stand-up double for number 19, Chickasha hitter. But nonetheless, you know what? I see that ball go to the fence, but I like that effort.
Oh,
Hey, that's what I was fixing to say. Listen, that was
There's
some
no
of the
problem with
best
that effort.
effort
Be
I've
laid
seen.
down.
Yeah, that's the effort that we're seeing going into play or going into Thursday. We keep saying it over and over, but we can't stress enough the things that you do here and tomorrow
right.
is going to bleed over
Oh,
to
absolutely.
Thursday.
You can't hold that against that girl. That was just a very well
That's a
hit
lot
ball.
of leader.
That was a very well hit ball. And one more step, Brecken would have caught that
That's
on
right.
the dive.
That's right.
And for those that don't know, we're Lindsay's hosting regional on Thursday. We've got Lindsay, Little Axe, Newkirk, and Lexington.
Yeah.
So, a great draw for us.
Yeah. And nothing to take away from any of those teams. They earned their spot in the regional
Absolutely.
play, but
We
I
can't
think
help it. Our girls are
no,
better.
no.
We can't help it.
They get it. They get a practice as district champs and put it up in their locker room.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
But I think
Another fly ball out there to Brecken, and she's going to handle this one cleanly without having to dive this time.
That's right.
That's 2 outs.
that regional championship track, and then some of them want more than they're on more than that.
Yeah,
more than that.
absolutely. We just need to do one step at a time. Getting there is it's going to be a challenge,
Oh,
but it's a challenge that we are 100% capable of doing.
When you look at the schedule that we played this year, it was built
Yeah.
to do what we're
Yeah,
doing.
absolutely. And I love the fact that we have played all of our tough games right here towards the end of the season.
Yeah, it was back.
I think this is the best time to be playing these teams, the playoff caliber teams. Comanche, Ampo, that has won state championships how many times now? That's going to be a diving Lily, and they are going to bring that runner home, and the throw is not on the line, and she's going to be able to score right there off of a diving Lily Dodson, but the ball does get into the outfield.
Once again, you got to like the effort.
Yeah,
there.
I mean they're not.
It's a good hit.
Yeah.
Which we know, Lily.
That's the same thing with Brecken. One more step, and Lily's got that. Saves
Yes.
the run from going. The runner probably would have been safe at first, but the run would still be setting on second, I believe.
I would suspect you're going to see a bunt right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course, in the past, she's went for bunting, and then she swings away, foul ball back out of play to the right side. Got 2 outs, runner on first, no balls, 1 strike.
Guys, I think I noticed something else here that might be contributing to the comeback.
What? Oh, that's another shot to the fence, but Chloe's able to.
I want to make a comment on that, and then I'll tell you. Did you notice what? Oh,
That's her Nana. Her
her
Nana's getting on
guys,
her.
here's the thing about that. There's no I in team. She missed it.
We are going to have a pitching change. Sorry to interrupt you, but we are going to have a pitching change right here. Maddie is coming in for Jaden, and Jaden is probably going to go
First.
to first. Maybe we'll see.
That's
Anyways.
usually who goes to first when Madison's pitching. So
Cruz there didn't miss a beat. Ball slides past Chloe. Cruz picks it up, slams it in.
Yeah.
Teamwork right
Yeah,
there, guys.
absolutely.
That's just
Outfield is
everybody knowing
moving.
what to do. That's right.
Have been moving all game. They've been backing up every single point that they need to back up. Barron has saved so many throws over here at first base today just by being there.
Absolutely.
And we're seeing a little bit of uncharacteristic, I would say, errors from us because they are. Just
absolutely.
Chloe missing the fly ball and then Chloe missing that ground ball right there. Uncharacteristic of her. But you know what? At the same time, we want to say, hey, get it out of your system right now.
Yeah.
Let's go forward. Let's not bring it in. Let's get it out of our system. We're okay. We're just down by 1 and our bats are rolling. Even though this is the bottom of the 5th, we got 2 more innings to play.
Oh, yeah. No, we just need 1 out right here.
Yeah.
Get out of the inning.
Something I've noticed that may have contributed to the change. Several of those girls have sunflower seeds. I did not notice that the first 3 innings.
Well, they got
So,
serious.
Maybe that's got something to do with it.
Maybe
Coach
we should go
Edwards
get them
said,
all sunflower seeds before the
whatever
game.
it takes. New gloves, whatever it takes. A bucket of sunflower seeds. Duttons will be proud. They love it whenever I tell them. I call down there and I say, hey, we got a kid coming down there to get some gloves. They say, all right.
Oh,
Hit the hole. Nothing you can do about it.
no, absolutely not. And that's going to put another run on the board for the Fighting Chicks with runners on the corners and 2 outs. And this has kind of been a problem for us this year is with 2 outs.
And you can see Coach Edward, I don't know, something, either Madison hit a missed her spot or whatever, but Coach Edward was not happy with whatever she did right there.
And again, this has kind of been our kryptonite, I guess you could say. With 2 outs, sometimes we can't seem to find that 3rd out. It kind of spirals, and then eventually somebody steps up and stops the bleeding. Yeah, against Washington. Yep.
Or 2 outs, and that's when they scored all their runs. But it was also with like 7 errors. So
we've got one of the Chickasha fans watching here asking us to announce their players.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
He gets her out right there. Ooh.
And,
We got a first name basis.
First name, damn it. That's not
Name basis back here. And you know what? At the end of the day, we can't see what he's seen over there. We had a pitcher, catcher, and Lily in our way, so we don't see it. He has a better advantage to me. She was out.
The coach saying something to him in jest, but that's the players again.
Yeah.
Man.
But we're going to take a timeout right here in Chickasha just for a few seconds. Stay tuned. Your home of Lindsay Leopardette softball right here on the Lindsay Sports Network.
Yes.
And welcome back here once again to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where your Leopardettes are squared off against the Chickasha Fighting Chicks. We're going to enter the top of the 6th inning. Chicks ahead, 7-5. First up to bat for the Leopardettes is going to be Brecken Klein.
Our girls have battled back to draw it tied up 5-5. Chicks came back in the bottom half of the frame of the 5th inning there, scored a couple, made a pitch and switch. Madison missed a spot, I think, and then, then we hit the spot and we get a call at second. So
we had I'd made before we broke. We've got one of the Chickasha parents wanting us to announce their batters, and I made the signal over to our booster club mom that we befriended before the game, and she's going to see if she can get us a lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. We apologize to the Chickasha fans watching. We didn't have a lineup to begin with, and we tried to stay on top of their numbers, but we do get distracted and just talk.
A little bit.
Once we get to conversate.
Yeah, listen, you go to waving free food in my face, and you're that's a
or talking.
That might have been what she was trying to do. You know what?
In the air, and the catcher for Chickasha is going to be able to handle that one cleanly. For out number 1 of the inning.
That turns her lineup over, brings up top of the lineup, back up. Got Reese coming up with McLean afterward. Reese tosses that bat over there. McLean lost it in the sun. You can see her like, oh, this is going to hurt. At least she's got a hard head on for the hard head.
Oh, that was a shot, but just went foul.
Oh.
And Reese is due for a hit this game. She did get an RBI with a fly ball out there to left field, but she is due for a really good hard gap hit right here.
She is. And she does such a good job up there, giving us a chance at plate.
Yeah.
She got walked earlier. And she's the one that with Brecken on and kept leading off and getting breaking over to third that way. I mean, just smart's heads up running.
Yeah, and if
being
anybody
aggressive.
from Chickasha knows where your fighting chicks are going to regionals and you're here at the game listening, come on over and let us know where they're going, and we will get that announced too, so we can get y'all some exposure out there and get some people there. I'm assuming they're, with them not winning districts, I'm assuming they're going to
gonna
be on the
travel.
road.
Be my guess. The number 2 team would travel.
Probably not too far, I would assume, but
I wouldn't have thought Newkirk was going to travel.
It is true. That's a long way.
Last year we had to travel to Perry.
Yeah,
And that's what I was saying. It's going to be nice for our girls to be able to sleep in their own beds and not have to sleep in a hotel.
absolutely.
4-1.
Well,
That will walk. I was waiting for a break to say 3-1, and then it switched in my mind. And
that's up
Flood's
job
gonna
there, but just getting over there, nobody covering the boats. Reese bolted. That's a great job.
Wow, what a heads up play right there.
and
And the pitcher turns around and there's nobody there. She wanted to throw the ball, but she couldn't because nobody was standing there.
I'm just curious if class 4 and above has another. Has some,
She's looking at their
because
district.
they're not, their regional sites aren't out. It doesn't look like.
Man, their OSSAA has one of the hardest websites to navigate.
See, they've got 5A, 4A district assignments, but they don't.
Foul
We got
ball.
a dead foul ball.
Yep.
Nonetheless, though, Reese was safe over there.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
She was going to be
She
safe.
made it over there before my mind could even register that she was running. That's how.
I'm curious if they even have 4A and above out, because it doesn't look like they do yet. They might. Well, with Chickasha being runners up, they shouldn't have any playing games unless they have a couple of playing like last seeded teams. Yeah, so that could possibly be it. We could possibly be seeing all those.
I'm checking something here to see if what you're saying it could be possible.
We know we have a couple of different people that jump on with us from various towns that we've gotten to know and enjoy our broadcasting and enjoy the girls. Okay, so that's what they're waiting on. Gotcha. So we have Comanche going to Perry, and they will square off with Prague Thursday at 2:00. And then
This is what that district was last year, with the exception of we were there instead of Comanche.
Yeah.
And Comanche hosted, and I mean, if I remember right, Prague was the one that we lost to come home.
Yeah, and the defending state champions, the Washington Warriors, will host, and they will have Kellyville at noon Thursday with Alva and Purcell. And we sat here and we talk about us having a really good draw. The state champions got a really good draw too. When you're the state champions, you get that.
Say, they got these pairings. People don't understand. They were done way before the season ever started.
Yes, absolutely.
A random draw type deal. Oh, we'll give them. No, this stuff was done before the first pitch of the season was actually thrown.
And the Kingston Lady Redskins are going to travel to Chandler, and they're going to square off with the runner-up, North Rock Creek, at 2:00 Wednesday.
Right.
They are starting
coming out of the Washington district.
Yeah. And, that North Rock Creek team is.
Reese will advance to third. Ball will pop out. So.
That North Rock Creek team is very, very, very good.
But, North Rock Creek, they get the best of both worlds.
Yeah,
because
they're
they
right there in the middle.
Shawnee.
Yep.
They get kids from South Rock Creek, which is to the east of Shawnee, the feeder school. And
Hera, Jones, Choctaw, all up there.
I mean, the way they set it, it's a really weird area where they're sitting.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they, I can remember when I was a kid, they were just an elementary school, and then they fed to Shawnee.
Do we know? There we go. We got a ball hit to left field.
Oh,
and that is.
What a catch!
Dang it! That
was up, not over
and she makes
and she spins around and makes the catch.
And that's going to do it right here for the top of the 6th for the Leopardettes. And we are quickly down to our last 3 outs going into the 7th, and we'll take a timeout here on the Lindsay Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Shelton with Lindsay Family Dentistry. I'd like to thank all the patients we've been able to serve over the years. For those of you who are unhappy with your smile, tired of having dental pain, crooked or missing teeth, or loose-fitting dentures, at Lindsay Family Dentistry, we can care for all your dental needs, including cosmetic dentistry, crown and bridge, root canals, braces, Invisalign, conventional implants for tooth replacement, and mini diameter implants for denture stabilization. Our braces fee starts at $4,500, and for those of you with poor-fitting dentures, we can place 6 mini-diameter implants on the upper for $3,600 and 4 mini-diameter implants on the lower for $2,600. To schedule your consultation, stop by the office at 102 Southwest 7th Street, Lindsay, Oklahoma, or give us a call at 405-756-4093. As a 1997 graduate of Lindsay High School, I'd like to take the time to say go Leopards.
Yep.
And welcome back once again, Chickasha, Oklahoma. We're going to enter the bottom of the 6th inning. Chicks on top, 7-5. And it looks like when we finally got a lineup there, thanks to the Booster Club, Mom.
Yeah, absolutely. Free hot dogs.
Yeah, and you got to give a shout out to them. They've been very hospitable. And if you were watching, that purple flash in front of the camera was one of the Chickasha coaches.
He's got some wheels. He must be the
absolutely.
Splat right into the fence.
Got to be their strength and conditioning coach. That's right.
Hands down.
So we're going to see, first up to bat, we're going to see their 3-hole hitter, number 1, Arthur, and their 4-hole hitter, number 24, Myers, awaiting her turn to bat. On the mound for the Leopardettes is going to be Maddie McGowan, a little change up, and that's going to move Jaden Webb over to first.
Yep.
And everybody else is going to stay the same.
Yeah, absolutely. And back to our regional matchups, we kind of have an idea of who's going to match up in the state tournament, but we're not 100% sure, so we're not going to say anything. But we got a Sperry at Sperry, and they will get Morris, Colgate, and Adair. So they've got a state tournament team right there in Sperry with Colgate. And then you go over to Haskell and you get Valiant, Lincoln Christian, and Kansas. I mean, there is no hard
rest
or easy team. No, absolutely not. And then you go to Tishomingo and they get Dewey, Spyro, and Eufaula.
Arthur able to make it over to first. That's going to bring up the 4-hole hitter, number 24, Myers.
And just a reminder, ladies and gentlemen that's listening to us, you have to purchase your tickets in advance to go to the regional tournament in Lindsay, well, to any regional tournament in Oklahoma or states. If from here on out, you have to purchase your tickets in advance online before you get there. They will not have tickets for sale at the gate in any function from here on out as far as fast pitch softball or any sports as far as playoffs go.
Now, you can buy them once you get to the parking lot. Don't think that you can't, but do buy them in a little bit in advance so you get your TIF.
Yeah, so you don't fret in the parking lot if your phone's not working.
Nasty
2-0 the count.
Again, that's what I was talking about earlier with the umpire with a drop ball pitcher. If he's standing up over the top, it's hard to see the way the ball drops in. He needs to get, squat down a little bit lower behind and get behind the catcher.
That'll bring the count to 2-1. Lone runner out there on first. No outs. Again, number 24, Myers, is up to bat for the Chicks.
And we do know the state brackets are out. We just don't know where to find them because the website.
I said OSSAA's website is the hardest to navigate.
Somebody knows how to navigate it.
But it hadn't changed in several years, so.
Ball's going to be knocked over to Taylor. Taylor's going to be able to get it over to Webb for out number 1. Arthur able to make it out there to second. It's going to bring up number
13. Lucky number
Oh, here we
13.
go. I think I found it, actually. I did.
Hey, save that site so we can find it.
It's just got to load. You just got to scroll to the bottom of the page. We got to be smarter than the page.
And we do not have 13 on our lineup, so
Look at the very bottom down there.
yeah,
You can't see it's
I was looking, but I can't see it. It's cut off on the picture they sent me, so
I was talking about that Sperry, or I think it was the Tishomingo Regional just now. And they have Dewey and Tishomingo, and there was one more in there, but they all went to the state tournament last year. So
Yeah,
that regional is
stacked.
loaded.
Absolutely. And I'm
the
sure
good
one of
thing
them's
is
gonna
they
be
can't all make it this year.
No, absolutely
It's going to
not.
be bunted. McGowan's going to
nice
get
job
it up
up there.
for out number 2. That's going to bring up number 19, Hicks, to bat for the Chicks. Hicks is batting for the Chicks. I'm a poet and didn't know it. First and second base empty. Third, lone runner, number 1.
And this young lady's one of their seniors.
Arthur out there on third, threatening to score. Chicks getting a little rowdy over there in the dugout, folks. Pitches away. Called strike. 0-1 to count. 2 outs. Hicks, the number 6 hole hitter. Next pitch is away. Called ball.
Ooh.
Count
Rise ball
2-1.
through the zone, and he didn't call it. It finished right above the letters, started low, about belly high, and finished up right there above the C and the chick. Let's not do that again.
Hey,
2 balls, 2 strikes.
we're sitting here and the sun is going down and the wind.
Don't tell me you're about to tell me you're getting cold.
Oh
my
I could use a hoodie or a blanket. I'm cold.
Yeah, strike 3.
And that'll in the inning right there.
He's called that all day. I
strikeout.
hear people behind us saying, "What?"
Yeah.
But he's called that same pitch
Yeah,
100 times
he's
a
been
day.
very consistent about it, and that's going to do it for the bottom of the 6th inning here in Chickasha.
Yep,
And your
down to this.
Leopardettes are down to their final 3 outs potentially, and we'll be back on the Lindsay Sports Network, home of the Leopardette softball.
Welcome back once again here to Chickasha, Oklahoma, where the Leopardettes are squared off against the Fighting Chicks. Here we're going to enter the top of the 7th inning. Chicks on top, 7-5.
Off it.
I'm cold and now I'm tired. I
You're
didn't
making
get
me yawn.
I didn't get my nap because my
First pitch,
husband
ball one.
had me running around today.
Oh, you poor thing. Didn't get your nap.
He had to go get race car tires, so
That's important.
I know it is.
Second pitch in there for a strike.
I am a little bit salty about this game being added tomorrow in Bridge Creek because, my niece is a senior. I don't want to miss that game. I don't want to miss any games, and here I'm gonna have to miss it because we have ball practice.
Ball low for ball two.
That's number 14, Dotson up to bat for the Leopardettes.
You can turn on the game.
Absolutely. Maybe Jake will be able to get off of his rocker at the house and go to the game.
Yeah, that's going to go to the fence. From there, he's going to go to two. He'll probably hold her up right
more
there.
than likely. Oh, I don't. Yeah.
No, he held her up.
Yeah.
She wanted to.
I think if we had not saying Lily Slow because she's not by no means, but if we had one of our speedsters on base, I think it would have been a triple.
Number 1 hole or number 6 or 7 hole right there. 6 hole coming up. Yeah, and even Jake.
Yeah.
Jaden's deceivingly fast as well.
Yeah. Like, now I can't stop.
Would you stop it already?
I can't stop now.
I'm just disappointed that she didn't do the little sprinkle.
Maybe
Dirt,
some kind of
We're
superstition
going to have to talk
thing.
to her after the game. We're going to have to bring that back.
Maybe it's superstition. Maybe she didn't.
Oh.
It's gonna go foul. No, that's gonna be fair and caught. What a great catch out there by the left fielder. She was able to run that ball down and catch that. That was an awesome catch.
This team is hammered with seniors.
They are.
Like I said, and that's
Tons
another
of
one.
experience. Tons of experience. And speaking of seniors, that's going to bring up our lone senior in the lineup right now. Chloe Broussard to the plate with a runner on second, and we are going to have I thought we were going to bring our other senior out, but it looks like Hallie Harris is coming out for Lily, only because I think Hallie has already pinch run for
but he did. She pinch ran for the pitcher
for Jaden. Yeah.
So I don't know. And maybe of course, he may know that this is it. So he's looking for speed on the bases right now.
Yeah.
He's going to see one of our other seniors
Oh,
in Rayleigh.
it's a curveball. It looks like
It was a nasty curve.
that thing was in this batter's box, and then. Oh,
That almost hit her elbow, guys.
It almost hit her in the hip.
No.
See, back.
0-2 the count, 1 out.
You see Chloe Gart, crowding that line, back off that line a little bit, and when they bring it inside, turn on it. Of course, you see him throw it to the outside that way, trying to get her to chase on the out, and you're probably going to see another 1 or 2, either high and away, low and away, just trying to get her to chase something.
I can guarantee you she heard me yelling, and I can guarantee you she probably rolled her eyes at me.
Oh, see, you get out here and do this.
I think that she could probably hear her aunt wherever I yell.
Yes. And again, you're going to see another chase pitch probably coming right here. I doubt you'll see a strike unless the pitcher just misses her spot. And she missed because Chloe had it. Counts 2 balls, 2 strikes. We got 1 out with runner on first. Our senior, Chloe Broussard, at the plate. And that's off the handle of the bat. And that's going to bloop, and he's going to hold Hallie Harris right there at third base. And that'll bring up Madison McGowan to the plate with 1 out, runners on first and third.
I think that could have went either way. I think, in my opinion, Hallie's fast enough. I think that probably would have been a safe at home. But nonetheless, I see where he's coming from because Maddie's hitting the ball well today. And we have 2 fast runners right here on the corners.
The last 2 times that she's bunted the ball, they've been.
He's looking at mom and dad.
That's why I'm hiding back here behind Robbie.
Hey, you know what? If that's the case, then just get your job done and get Chloe and them over there.
Yeah. But
if not, then get one and drive it. Make something happen. Because potentially anything to the fence could score Chloe.
If Chloe's on her horse, and of course, if it's in the air,
Yeah.
she's gonna have to stay close.
Yeah.
But if it's a lower line drive and it goes to the fence, there's a good chance Chloe can score right here. She knew it. She had that smile on her face.
Dad is all about wanting her to take that first strike, and she just doesn't want
Well,
it.
that was the second pitch, so
Oh, well, that's first strike. But,
that's first strike.
but she don't want it. She don't want that first
I
strike.
know she likes to make it difficult. She like her mama that way.
Mom begs to differ.
Yeah, I saw the dirty look.
Oh,
there's
get there, get there, Maddie.
that's an interference call.
Interference with Chloe.
That's all right. We'll score right here. They didn't call interference.
They did not. The home plate did.
It's not his call to make, though. It's all right. Maddie will get another RBI on the day.
That'll put 2 outs on the board for the Leopardettes. 7-6 is the score.
All we need is a hard
I think we're gonna get the Chickasha coach out there to
ask about the interference call right there, if there was such a interference.
Now, if that second baseman came up like that to try to
Yes.
stop, there's no interference. If she would have kept her
If she
motion
kept her
going,
motion stopped in the base path of the
then there's no interference.
there's no interference.
Yeah.
Actually, it can be called reverse interference in obstructing the base. So-
Yeah.
And you can see the home plate umpires explaining. I think the catcher's asking.
Yeah.
And then, of course, now here comes the outfield going to ask. And there you go. So after discussing the home plate, they realized that there was no interference. Again, I believe it's what Pander was saying. The girl stopped in the base path, and there was no momentum carrying her forward. Therefore, they didn't call the interference. So that'll give Madison another RBI on the day, brings us within a run. Right here, Brooklyn just needs to low line drive. That'll anything hard to the outfield, line drive wise, nothing fly ball, and should be able to score. I'm not sure why we're having a discussion with Edwards and the umpire, but
I'm not either. Maybe he's trying to get clarification as to why that was not interference, because he might have thought it was and didn't see it as close, possibly. But nonetheless, runner on second right here. We had Maddie's out.
yeah, Maddie got thrown out.
Oh,
at first.
okay, gotcha.
Maddie got thrown out at first. Oh,
And
that
here,
was a nasty curveball. It started over the plate and ended in the batter's box.
and the Leopardettes right here are down to their final out and trail by 1 run with the tying run setting on second. And Brooklyn Brown here is at the plate with 1 strike against her. She's gonna quickly go down 0-2 here. And now the Leopardettes are out down to their final strike.
I
And
suspect you're going to see either a chase ball or another curveball because she's not gotten close. So Brooklyn just needs to go to the front of the box and catch that thing out front, make that adjustment right there. It looks like she scooted it up a little bit. Low and away for ball 1. And I suspect you're going to see a couple more chase pitches right here. Pitcher's way ahead.
yeah. And 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs and a runner on second base right here for Brooklyn Brown.
No pressure for the freshman,
While we
right?
trail by 1. That's going to be a ground ball to third base, but third baseman is going to be able to field that, and that's going to be it. And that's going to do it for us here in Chickasha against the Chickasha Fighting Chicks.
Showing a lot of fight.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, no doubt.
Leopardettes do go down 6-7. Well, we go down 5-0 early.
And again, the number that glares at me is that number 4 out there on the scoreboard with the errors.
Yeah, absolutely. That's quite a bit of errors right there for us. But nonetheless, our Leopardettes go down 6-0 or 6-7 here in Chickasha. And I believe that will do us. And we will pick up tomorrow, guys, in Bridge Creek against the Bridge Creek Lady Bobcats for our final regular season game before we head into regional play Thursday. And thanks for listening to your home of Leopardettes softball. And we will see you tomorrow from the Lindsay Sports Network.